Dear students, welcome to PUC first year biology class. Today we will be starting the second lesson of your syllabus, that is biological classification. So in the first lesson, we have studied the living organisms, how they have been named biological, naming the living organisms. What are the taxonomical aids? All these things we have studied. And today, biological classification. How the living organisms are being classified, it is continued to that. So let us see how are they being classified. The concept of classification has come from the Aristotle and said Aristotle's classification. He was the earliest to attempt the system of classification. He made attempts to classify the organisms on the scientific basis. Whatever organisms he has seen, he classified plants into trees, herbs, and shrubs, and animals into two groups, those which had red blood in them and those which do not have red blood in them. Like that, it was very simple classification. It was the first attempt that is being made by the Aristotle for the classification of living organisms. Further, you can see in the plant, among the plants only, trees, herbs, shrubs, creepers, climbers, like that, depending upon the size of the plant and the height that they grow, they have been classified. And in the animals, red blood cells and animals which do not have red blood cells. In that red blood cells, mammals, lizards, birds, fishes have been put up. And no red blood, hard bodies like insects, soft bodies like which are having the shells and which are not having the shells, like that. This was the first attempt for the classification of the living organisms. I repeat once again, Aristotle's classification, he was the earliest to attempt more scientific basis for the classification of organisms. He classified plants into trees, shrubs, herbs, and animals into animals which are having the red blood and animals which are not having the red blood, like that. The organisms he has classified anemia and anemia, and in that also animals which are having the shells, animals which are not having the shells, like that he has classified, he has made the attempt to classify. After that, improving to the previous concept, two kingdom classification has come. So two kingdom classification, which is being proposed by Linus in the year 1758, this system classifies organism into two major groups, what we say two kingdoms. The first kingdom is called the Plantae and the second group is called Animalia. This was the next attempt after the Aristotle by Linus has made, and he has classified the organisms into two major groups called the kingdoms. One is kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia. Prokaryotes, which include bacteria and cyanobacteria, and eukaryotes, fungi, mosses, ferns, gymnosperm, angiosperms, were included under plants. All these, I repeat once again, prokaryotes like bacteria, cyanobacteria, and eukaryotes, fungi, mosses, ferns, gymnosperm, angiosperms, these all are included in the plants. It is based on the presence of cell wall. These all are included in the Plantae because these are having the cell wall. But prokaryotes and eukaryotes are widely differed into other features. They may be varying in the features, but one thing that Linus has taken into account is presence of cell wall. Those animals which are those organisms which are having the cell wall, they have put up in one group called the Plantia. It includes unicellular and multicellular organisms in same group, like Chlamydomonas, Spirogyra were placed under algae. It did not differentiate between heterotrophic fungi and heterotrophic green plants. Fungi have chitinous cell wall, while the green plants have cellulosic cell wall. This was, what we say, the drawback which he has not included in these. He has not taken into account of this, what the cell wall is made up of. So this was not taken into account. And next comes the, like that it went on, two kingdom classification, after that three kingdom classification, then has come four kingdom classification, and last as of now we are studying five kingdom classification. For your syllabus, you will be studying the five kingdom classification. Now remember, the organisms are placed in any of these kingdoms except some of the organisms, virus, viroids, prions, lichens. Except these organisms, whatever the organism that you see on the earth, it may be in the water, in the air, on the land, whatever it may be, these organisms are being classified and they have been put up in any one of the group called kingdom. Either it may be kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Plantia, kingdom Animalia. So five kingdom classification. As of now, we are practicing the five kingdom classification. And those five kingdom classifications are kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Plantia, and kingdom Animalia. This five kingdom classification is being proposed by R.H. Whitaker in the year 1969. It is being proposed by R.H. Whitaker, and now we are following the five kingdom classification, which includes Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantia, and Animalia. Fungi is also called Mycota. Plantia is also called Metaphyta. Animalia is also called Metazoa. Remember that also. Sometime it will be asked Metazoa. So this classification is based on what are the criteria that he has taken for the classification of these living organisms. For the classification of these organisms, he has taken into account of cell structure. Cell structure is one of the criteria that is being taken. Thallus organization, how they have been organized, and the mode of nutrition, how do they get the food, what are the means by which they will get the food, that is also taken into account. Reproduction, sexual reproduction, asexual reproduction, vegetative propagation, how are they reproducing the offsprings, that also being taken into account. Phylogenetic relationship, their ancestors, how are they related to the previous generations. All these are being taken into account for the classification. I repeat once again, five kingdom classification is being proposed by R.H. Whitaker in the year 1969. It includes Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantia, and Animalia. These are the five kingdom classifications. And as of now, today we are following the five kingdom classification. This classification is based on cell structure, thallus organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction, and phylogenetic relationship, how the living organisms are related to each other. These are the things that have been taken into account for the classification of the living organisms. Now let us see what are the characters in briefly. We'll see what are the characteristics of the five kingdom classification. Cell type, cell wall, nuclear membrane, body organization, mode of nutrition. Some of them have been taken. For example, when you take cell type, Monera is prokaryote. Prokaryotes means there is no well-organized nuclear membrane, or nuclear membrane is absent, you can say. Eukaryotes means true nuclear membrane. So these are the type of organisms which are having the well organized nuclear membrane. So cell type means moneras are the prokaryotes, protistas are eukaryotes, fungi are eukaryote, plantia, animalia, these are also eukaryotic. This is one of the criteria that is being taken for the classification of the living organisms into 5 kingdom. Another one, cell wall, non-cellular polysaccharides and amino acids, they are present in some cell wall is present in some of the protistas, but fungi cell wall is present without the cellulose. But when we take plant as an example, the cell wall is made up of cellulose. But in fungi, it is not. Cell wall is there, but it is not made up of cellulose. But in animalia, the cell wall is absent. That is the main difference between the plantia and animalia. Plants are having the cell wall, animals are not having the cell wall. That's how they have been classified. Next is nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane is absent in them. Nuclear membrane is present. Well, fungi present, plantia present, and animalia is also present. Body organization. It is cellular. At cells level, they perform the activity. These are also cells level, they perform the activity. Multicellular, tissue or organ will be performing the activities. Tissue, organ or organ system, they performing the activities. Mode of nutrition, they are autotrophic, photosynthetic, chemosynthetic, heterotrophic, saprophytic, parasitic. Autotrophs, if they are there, they photosynthetic, capture the sunlight and prepare. Chemosynthetic, use of the chemicals and prepare the food. Heterotrophic, they depends on the others. Some are saprophytic, some are parasitic. Protistas, autotrophic, photosynthetic and heterotrophic. In the fungi, heterotrophic, some are saprophytic, some are parasitic. Plantia, all are autotrophic, which are photosynthetic in nature, capable of synthesizing their own food by using the sunlight. Animals, completely heterotrophic, holozoic, saprophytic, etc. So I repeat once again, on the basis of these, the organisms are being classified. One is cell type, monera, prokaryotes. So prokaryotes means cell organelles are absent except some. Rest of the cell organelles are absent in them. Protistas, cell organelles are present. Cell organelles are present in fungi. Cell organelles are present in plantia. Cell organelles are present in eukaryotes like animalia. So, mitochondria, Golgi bodies, such rough endoplasmic reticulum, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, such type of organelles are absent. If they are absent, they are called prokaryotes. If they are present, they are called the eukaryotes. Cell wall, non-cellular, present in some, present without cellulose. In a plant, present with cellulose. Animal, absent. Nuclear membrane, absent. Nuclear membrane is present in protista. Nuclear membrane is present in fungi. Nuclear membrane is present in plantia. Nuclear membrane is present in animalia. Body organization, cellular type, in monera, protista cellular type, fungi multicellular type, plantia tissue or organ type, animalia tissue organ system. Some are tissue level, some are organ level, some are organelle system level. Mode of nutrition, how do they get the food? Some are autotrophic and heterotrophic in monera. Protista, some are autotrophic and heterotrophic. Fungi, all are heterotrophic. Plantia, all are autotrophic. Animalia, heterotrophic. So, taking into account of these things, the organisms are being classified. So, this is how the classification is being made. And in the next, how the organisms are being classified.